morning, dear viewers, wherever you are watching us from, or you're watching Lumen TV from. You are now watching Lumen this day, and for today, allow me to begin with this Bible quotation. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Psalms 133 and verse 1. My name is Sidney Mwamainda, and joining me is Vincent Perry. Vincent, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Sidney, and welcome, viewers. It's good, Sidney, to start with a Bible passage. Of course, the Bible passage is also talking about a unity, and I think that's what we need as a country. That's what we need as individuals, because if we are not united, it becomes very difficult to do a certain task. But if you are united, all of you are doing one thing, it becomes easy.
So, dear viewers, those of you in the know, you might know where that Bible quotation is coming from. But let me take this opportunity to welcome your live calls and your text messages on this program. You are free to comment on the stories that we have. And so, just to kickstart, we were privileged yesterday as Lumen TV Zambia to be at a press statement by the three mother church bodies, where the three mother church bodies were addressing some issues, and of course, following a call from the political state that the church has been quiet on some matters. And so they decided to address a press statement. Before we say much, maybe we listen to what the three mother church bodies had to say, just a bit of that.
Essential to uphold the dignity of all people, regardless of their role in society. But you know, when you get church leaders being insulted left, right, center, then that is a red flag. You need to get worried as a society. But that does not mean everyone else should be insulted at random and at will. We assure you that at an appropriate time, as a church, we will, in a very comprehensive manner, issue a State of the Nation address where even comprehensively our principles will be present. However, we reserve the right to speak or remain silent as we see fit. And we will not be dictated to by any political party or individual or organization. We will not be coerced into speaking at someone's pace or timeline. You should just take time to Google through. You note that constantly the church is speaking and speaking in smaller contexts, but some of those may not hit the headlines. Furthermore, we urge the government to address the underlying causes of poverty. We are also concerned about the need for sustainable, reliable, and cost-effective clean energy, as well as ensuring that there are comprehensive poverty alleviation strategies being put.
Dear viewers, that was Bishop Emmanuel Chikoya of the Council of Churches in Zambia, and flanked with him was Bishop Andrew Mwenda of EFZ, and of course, Father Francis Mukosa, Secretary General ZCCB. Vincent, you were at the presser. What would be your first take on that?
Well, I think there's a lot that is happening in the country at the moment, and which I think people wanted to know what the church has to say. What is the church say about the things that are happening? And due to the political situation, I think we are just going into the elections next year, and of course the environment is not really favorable for certain things to be talked about. I think that's why we heard Bishop Chikoya saying at an appropriate time, that's when they will talk about these issues. But of course, yes, we know that there is a lot of things that are happening, and they talked about insults and so on. church leaders being insulted, political leaders being insulted, and so on. But yeah, at an appropriate time, the church will give its statement and the directions. Yeah.
So also the church is concerned about what it calls the rushed and haste constitutional amendment process. We know that in the country of Zambia today, the issue that is going around, buzzing on the social media from government, is the issue of amending the constitution. The church said we've been making calls for amendment of the constitution, but why is it that this process is now being rushed when we are only remaining with a few months before the 2026 elections? So the church thinks that maybe the constitution should be, amendments should be on hold now, and maybe much energy should be put in finding solutions to the high cost of living for Zambians, and then also the emergency or the re-emergence of cadre militants with the unwavering of military regalia and the blatant disregard for traffic rules. And also the church is also concerned of the growing culture of miscommunication and the culture of use of insults, of course. And the church says we condemn in the strongest all those who are using insulting culture, and the culture of impunity, vulgar language, and violence. So those are some of the things among the many that the church is concerned about, but it says they are going to speak at their own time, and no one should dictate to them when to speak and when to be quiet. They are also concerned of the lack of urgency and attention given to cause for national dialogue, reconciliation, and national unity, as the theme was for the presser.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we go to the next story. Dear viewers, like I said, you're free to make your comments on the stories that we have today. We are now going to look at a story where we saw or were aware that things are not all that good in Congo, DR, and so meetings and have been called upon and some resolutions made, but nothing much tangible has been done to bring to the end the violence and the fights that are going on in Congo. And we are reading from international media that about 7,000 people have so far died. But as of yesterday in Qatar, a meeting was called upon, first of its kind, between the Democratic Republic of Congo President Felix Tshisekedi and President Kagame of Rwanda, where the two presidents were asked to call upon the immediate ceasefire for Congo. Vincent.
Well, I think it's good that things are happening in the background, and at least some talk of ceasefire, because like you said, Sydney, 7,000 people so far have died, and of course it's many thousands still injured and traumatized. Others, of course, they cannot even go to work. The daily activities are disrupted. So there's a lot of things that are happening in the two countries. So for me, I think it's a step in the right direction, and we only hope that peace will materialize at the end of the day, because look, a lot of people have died, and we need peace at the end of the day, so that things continue to be where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, so at the same meeting, Rwanda insists that DR Congo should hold direct talks with the M23 labels, the Democratic Republic of Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi and his Rwandanese counterpart Paul Kagame have called for an immediate ceasefire in the eastern DR Congo after having direct talks in Qatar. So I think it is important to have these direct talks. We only hope that President Tshisekedi will manage to have direct talks with the M23 rebels, because if the two parties are in conflict and then they are not in talking terms, little can be done. Little can be done, and we know how important peace is. Because without peace, then the nation cannot go anywhere. And the biggest worry we should have, all of us, is that with the conflicts going on in Congo, Congo is our neighbor, and then these fights sometimes start small, like small fire, but then later on they grow like bushfire. So the main reason we should all be concerned, and we should even maybe pray that the leaders of Congo and the M23 leaders should relent and see that indeed peace is supposed to come back to the eastern part of Congo. And I'm sure, obviously, people are not even going for work. People are maybe just closing their homes. Like we know many others have died. This is sad, Vincent.
It is sad, Sydney. It is sad. But I think there's this glimmer of hope, which for me, I think why again is it the Qatar that is holding these talks? I should have thought maybe some African country to actually take an initiative and host the talks that we are talking about now. Because look, like you said, Sydney, if Congo DR is in fire, Zambia is also affected. So I think Zambia is affected, Tanzania affected, a lot of countries that are nearby affected. I think these are the countries. We even have regional bodies, the SADC and so on, ECOWAS and so on. These are the regional bodies that should come and say, okay, guys, let us talk and have peace. But why should it take it to come in and start helping Africans? So I think as Africans, we need to take initiative and quickly talk about our issues and solve them.
Yeah, I think like I mentioned earlier, before Qatar came in to initiate this meeting, there was a meeting in Tanzania where even the president of Zambia attended that meeting. But like I said earlier, resolutions are being made, but maybe our leaders who are maybe involved in this whole issue, maybe they are not going direct to the root cause of the problem. Because if you hold a meeting and then there's nothing that is coming up, it means somehow, somewhere, you are not addressing the issue. So for me, from this story that I'm reading, I think President Kagame has always kept his word. He's always saying Congo has to speak to the M23 labels, the leaders of the M23 leaders. I think that is where the issue is, because if even in reconciliation processes, you know, when two people are aggrieved, they are not at peace. It does lead to, for example, me, I'm aggrieved with someone, and then someone calls my mother and my father. They are the ones they are talking to. They don't want to talk to me direct, and yet I'm a mature person, and they're like, little can be done. You see, little can be done. But if you speak to the people concerned directly, because them 23 will be like, why are we not being talked to? What is it that they are agreeing in the sidelines and then leaving us on the other side? So there is, I think, supposed to be that direct talk, and President Kagame has always been saying that. I think it is important. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. It is important that they talk to the M23. But like I said, Sydney, still, I feel the Africans themselves should have talked to the M23 and I mean reconcile the two parties. For me, I don't think we should still be talking about other regions in Europe or even Asia to deal our issues. I think we should reach a point where Africans should solve the Africans' problem.
Does this mean that now we in quotes we are missing great leaders in Africa? The crop of KK?
Yes, I think
Mugabe?
I think if KK was there, Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, and so on, I don't think such kind of talk was going to be there. I think this was going to be handled by the Africans themselves. But I think we have so much respect for the white-skinned people, so to say. And is it because of the money or is it because of what? But I think these are things that we know the problems better than even the people from Qatar. We know who the M23 are and the language they speak, their behaviors and so on, better than the people in Qatar. So for me, I think we are better off solving those problems than taking them somewhere else.
So it is now a call to our own leaders to follow up and see to it that the two parties come to talking terms and then resolve the issues.
Yeah.
Okay. So next, I think we have a bereavement. Vincent, Zambia lost one of its priests in the name of Father William Mumbaka Chingwe, who died on Tuesday at UTH. We are told after a period of illness. Father Kachingwe was a man who was available, I think even to Lumen TV, without doubt. He created time. We see many times that we may be in need of priests for mass, for this and that. Priests are people who are quite busy, but him, when he had time, he came here, even recorded 2 songs with us using our audio recording studio, and also had some time to celebrate Mass for us and for our viewers, and we are grateful to that. And then when he came here, if I remember too well, on the 26th, it was a Tuesday, 26th time in ordinary. I think if Father came here, he celebrated Mass, and this is part of the homily, dear viewers, that he gave us and to our viewers.
We also journey with Jesus Christ, who goes to Jerusalem bearing in mind what happened for him, his passion, death, resurrection, and glorification. The experience that we believe and accept that he accepted freely, not that it happened as a coincidence. He knew that in Jerusalem, such an experience awaits me. And the evangelist indicates to us, takes a firm decision, I'm going to face it, not as a sign of courage, but because he understood that this is the way that the Father has set before him. It's an episode that God has revealed to him that by that episode, he would redeem the whole world. Alongside Jesus, there are disciples. Only two are mentioned. In other Gospels, we learn that also the multitude was walking with Jesus Christ as he was journeying towards Jerusalem, because this was the feast not only for those that were in the small group of Jesus, but for the whole population of the Jews, and also for the foreigners who were participating as a form of tourism to see this manifestation of the Passover that the Jews were celebrating in their official religion. For us, we learn two things. Jesus Christ, after understanding that he has to face this difficult moment in Jerusalem, he goes to face it. The life of those that walk with Jesus Christ is not always easy, and sometimes we can have an intuition that with all the difficulties we are going through, it's not guaranteed that soon we'll get out of the situation. It's not guaranteed that soon we shall have the victory. At times.
Yeah, viewers, that is the late Father William Mumbakachingwe. Father Kachingwe belonged to the congregation of St. Michael, the Archangel CSMA, and serves the church with an unwavering devotion. He will be buried tomorrow, Friday, and the Requiem Mass will be at 10 hours at the Poor Clares Chapel, followed by burial. He will be buried at the burial site just near the Poor Clares at the Capuchin Franciscan Flare order in is it in Chongwe district. I think many people know where the Poor Clares are. Yeah. So, Vincent.
Yeah, Sydney, it is sad really when you lose a priest, you lose a leader. It's like losing a parent, a father or mother who we look upon to in this sense for spiritual guidance, for a lot of other things. You know, they are always there for us, and not only an individual, but for a whole community, so to say. So I think it's really sad when you lose people like that. And what I also know is that he was not just a father that would just preach to us, but also had talent in music. And even through music, he was able to minister the word of God. And yeah, there are people that would not really understand you when you are speaking, you are preaching, you are giving a homily or something. But maybe they will understand it even better when you preach it through music. So he was able to do both, preach homilies and also minister through music, which I think touched even a lot more people than maybe others wouldn't.
Okay, so for those of you interested with more information about the death of Father Kachingwe and the masses, there is also a vigil mass today, Thursday, at 18 hours at the Poor Clares Monastery. Yeah, so as we mourn the passing on of Father Kachingwe, we can only pray that may his soul rest in eternal peace. Yes. The other story that we have, dear viewers, and we again ask that you can send us your text message, you can send us your live calls on the numbers showing on the screen. Now we look at the story of the Holy Father, who also has been unwell for some time, but as of yesterday, the Vatican Holy See press office released the following update on Pope Francis's health. The Holy Father's clinical condition is confirmed to be improving. The Holy Father has suspended non-invasive mechanical ventilation and also has less need of high flow oxygen therapy. Motor and respiratory physiotherapy is continuing to make progress. This morning, that is of yesterday, on the solemnity of St. Joseph, the Holy Father concelebrated Mass. So, Vincent, Pope Francis has continued to, Pope Francis's health has continued to improve.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good that he's now improving and getting back to where he was. Yeah, it's sad really that even before his death, people started bringing issues that he has died and so on. But it's now good that it has been confirmed that he's okay and he's actually improving. So I think, yeah, all we can say is that we wish him well and a quick recovery.
Yes, so as Vincent has said, indeed, we had said that the church has nothing to hide about the health of the Holy Father, and as news come out, the Holy See press office is always updating us and giving us information that we need at every point, and so we can just rely on that source of information apart from all these other Catholic media institutions and social media pages of the church. They will give you credible information regarding the health of the Holy Father and how he is doing. For now, we are happy a bit that the Holy Father indeed is improving, and we continue to offer our prayers for him and wishing him a quick recovery. Vincent, as we go towards the end of the program, we don't have club football. We are in the international break period of club football. Bring us to speed as what is happening with the Zambia national soccer team.
Well, the Zambia national soccer team apparently will not participate during this window period. This is because they are in a group where there is Eritrea and Congo, and I think we are well aware that Eritrea has pulled out of the tournament, and also Congo has been suspended because of government running of the affairs of football in that country. And so as a result, they were supposed to play against Congo this window period, but they will not play against Congo because of the same reason that I've talked about. But in the place of that international match that was supposed to happen, the Football Association of Zambia has organized a friendly against Russia, which I think is a very, very good international friendly that they have arranged. So Zambia will play against Russia on the 25th. They will play their game in Russia. And so far, a few teams have confirmed that some of the Zambian players have been called to come. I saw in New Zealand where Chirufia plays. They have confirmed, and is it? Yeah, okay, yeah. Chirufia has confirmed that he has been called to the national team, but the coach that will play on the international friendly. So I think this is the update, but of course, some teams have played some games. I think Mozambique and a few teams in the Southern Africa have played some games in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers.
Okay. Young Copper Queens set for UEFA Friendly Cup.
Oh yes. Situation for the Football Association of Zambia, And I think this just shows how the Zambian women football has grown in the past few years. It's not everyone that is invited to such kind of tournaments. It's because the Zambian women are doing massive. There's a lot of improvement that has happened because they are under 17. Of course, they have qualified to the World Cup before twice, and they are in line to qualify to the third World Cup. If they play against Benin and win that one, then they will qualify to the World Cup. This just shows that we are improving, and they will be playing at the UEFA invitation tournament, which I think is very good. But this will involve the under 18s, so quite a number of players that are playing for the under 17 now, and a few more that are a bit older will be required to participate in this tournament.
Okay. So the young Copper Queens are in Group A alongside host Turkey, Colombia, and Thailand. So also more information, dear viewers, is that the UEFA Friendship Cup is a new initiative aimed at creating opportunities for talented young players to gain additional experience playing international football against teams from different confederations. So with that important news, maybe also to add is that for those interested, that today is Barbara Banda's birthday, and we wish the Copper Queens captain a happy birthday. Yeah. So dear viewers, thank you to all of you who've been following us on social media. I can see that there are people watching and following. Thank you also to you who are watching in your own homes and wherever you are. For today, until we come back on Tuesday at 09 hours for this program, it is bye from me and Vincent and the entire Lumen TV crew.